You got innocents dying and people who are guilty dying. Even in Satan's world, the innocent and the guilty die. Okay, a leaf can fall to the ground. What did the leaf do? Bird get killed. Things die. It's the Lord's will. So we have to understand clearly what the Lord's will is. Okay, and not be children in understanding, but be men and women in understanding. Get away from the malice. Zechariah 14, and we're going to end it there. Zechariah 14. Because the show cut off, and I want to make sure y'all get this. Zechariah 14, 12 to the end. This shall be the plague wherein the Lord shall smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongues shall consume away in their mouth. So the nations that fought against us, we going to Jerusalem to get our land back and getting all the land you stole from us. And Most High going to cause you to fight this nuclear war. Okay? And what's going to happen is that the Most High uses weapons against you. And these weapons are going to, while you standing, all your talking, your tongue going to consume out your mouth while you're standing. You've seen the footage from Terminator 1 and 2 and how that the fire just disintegrated them. All right? It shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor. This is civil war, race war. It's going to happen, nation against nation. And tell you about these neighbors again. I'm telling you, neighbors, good neighbors, bad neighbors, all mine evil neighbors. And a great tumult from the Lord is going to come. While y'all fighting each other, the Lord going to come down and finish it. And Judah also shall fight at Jerusalem. We're going to get our land back. Them old Amalekite, Khazars, Agagite descendants of Esau and Edom, y'all going to be taken out. And all people and nations that are coming against Jerusalem. Okay? We're going to fight at Jerusalem, and the wealth of all the heathen round about shall be gathered together. Gold and silver. Now, we ain't going to fight to take your paper. That's nothing. You're going to take the gold and silver, the real wealth, diamonds, rubies, and precious gems. That's real wealth. But first we got to get the wealth of our spirit and our love back. That's the real gold and jewels and silver. That's what we're doing now. Most I want you to be able to behave in his kingdom. Don't be just like the white man when we rule there. In this turf war gang mentality. Fighting each other over gold. Gold ain't going to be nothing. It's going to be used, but we're going to be so rich. Nobody fighting over money. Okay? Not like they are in this world. Okay? So, 15 verse, Zechariah 14. And so shall be the plague of the horse and the mule and the camel and of the ass and of all the beasts that shall be in these tents as this plague. Okay? So all of what the beasts did for us back then, today they have vehicles doing that. Most are going to burn all them vehicles up, your tractors, your trucks, your RVs, your tanks, all that is talking about this right here. Horses were used for war. Now you use your other weapons for war, planes, all that. It's going to be burnt up. We don't need it in the kingdom of heaven. We're going to have better technology to fly with, to sail with, to drive with. And better new free energy that we're going to use. It's coming. The powers that move the oceans without someone moving it. The powers that move this earth. The powers that move the sun. The power that burns the sun without a match and a battery and a nuclear reactor. Okay, the powers that make the wind blow without a big fan somewhere. What? You ever think what does that? What makes the wind blow? That's what power we're going to be dealing with. The power within us. The kingdom within us. The power of Christ. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall go even up from year to year to worship the King, that's Christ Yahushua, and the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. There's 12 holidays. Tabernacles is one of them. We're going to keep the holidays again. Anybody saying we're not, you're just not in the spirit of Christ. That's anti-Christ. Christ kept all the holidays. That's why he was perfect in Moses' law and in the New Testament law. Okay, there's no new law that going to be brought to us. We're going to be perfect in. It's going to be put on inward parts. All right? And it shall be that whoso will not come up of all the families of the earth, all y'all nations, unto Jerusalem to worship the King and the Lord of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain. It didn't say the bad ones and the good ones. No, it said all, the whole nation, all the families. And if the family of Egypt, that could be the Africans today, and also in a spiritual way, you white people, because you're like Egypt to us right now. 400 years there, 400 years here. If you want to use that contrast, okay, and that dichotomy. Go not and come up. They have no rain. There shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. So these are one of the things that y'all got to learn diligently. It's a Feast of Tabernacles, how to do it. We're going to teach you under Christ. If you don't, we just going to dry up. You're going to die of drought. Ain't going to be no other way. Lord said drought. So we're going to leave you. We're going to have probably Elijah, who made the rain stop for 3 years. How about that? Okay. What you going to do then? We ain't got to touch you. I ain't going to send my troops over there. We'll just turn the rain off 3 years. they just die. And anybody who tries to come out of the land, just kill them. You're going to die of no rain. You're going to stay there in your land because you don't want to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. And then the Israelites who don't want to keep the feasts, when they say done away with, you can go with them and die in a drought of your ignorance. You're going to keep these holidays. 19 verse. This shall be the plague of Egypt and the punishment of all nations that came not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. In that day shall there be upon the bells of the horses. This is going to be a party, man. Horses and bells, holiness unto Yahweh. And the pots in the Lord's house shall be like the bowls before the altar. Yea, every pot in Jerusalem and in Judah shall be holiness unto the Lord of hosts. And all they that sacrifice shall come and take of them and sieve, meaning boil therein. And in that day there shall be no more the Canaanite in the house of Yahweh. There's going to be no confusion with Africans being Negroes and Israelites. It's going to be, we're going to know who our people are. Okay? Whether it's because they black, they African. Canaanites are South Africans or Africans. They're from Ham. Ain't going to be no confusion. Indians ain't going to be confused with East Indians. Puerto Ricans ain't going to be confused with Arabs. Okay? We're going to know our nation, just like Chinese know they ain't Japanese. Ethiopians know they're not Egyptians. There ain't going to be no more Canaanite or any philosophy of Canaan. Baal is one of Canaan's main gods. Ain't going to be that up in here. And also this proves we're going to do sacrifice. Some of you wonder, we're going to be sacrificing the kingdom? Yes. We just read it. There's more scriptures. There's going to be sacrifices for other things. Sin for Israel is going to be done away with. Christ took care of that. But there's other sacrifices going to be done, other oblations and other things to be done that we should be doing now to practice. With the drink and the wine, there's nothing wrong with doing that. All it's going to be done. Okay? What Christ did on Passover, we should be doing that more. It doesn't harm us. And there's a spiritualness to that. These things you're going to learn as you listen to these classes and these basic Bible scriptures. So I want to end it here. I hope you all got something out of it. Hope we got an understanding, a little bit of Gentiles, a little bit of love.